Having visited the locations close to Michael's heart to no avail, there is one last haunt to visit, the Shrine Auditorium. A location that was the setting for one of the most traumatic and life-changing events of Michael's life.
The trauma that Michael Jackson experienced was the worst day of his life.
And I realized, oh my God, my friend's on fire.
I think around that Pepsi commercial time was something of a turning point.
On the 27th of January 1984, Michael and his brothers were filming a Pepsi ad at the Shrine. His friend and bodyguard Miko Brando was there with him on that fateful day. Everything goes to plan, but on the sixth take, and in front of thousands of fans, the shoot goes terribly wrong.
The brothers and the whole band is performing. He's coming down the steps. I just saw a big blue flame on his hair and maybe a little bit of smoke.
And he doesn't even know his head's on fire at this point. He's so kind of engrossed in what he's doing. He's spinning around.
I come from the left, rushing in, and then we're just thrown on the floor.
Just pushed him to the ground and is banging his head, trying to get the flames out. But unfortunately, the damage had already been done.
Having suffered second and third degree burns to his scalp, losing some of his hair and needing reconstructive surgery, this freak accident had a profound effect on Michael. I want to find out more about the impact of this incident on him. So I've arranged to meet with Ian Halprin, a Jackson expert who had met the man himself on numerous occasions. How amazing is this place?
It's huge. Well, this is what changed Michael's life, was right here.
Would you say this was the worst day of his life?
He told me if there was one day he could just erase, would be this day. The most amazing thing is that Michael didn't even want to do the commercial. He thought about it, and he said, I don't think I should go there. Michael was a very intuitive person. A lot of his close friends told him not to do it, and the rumor is that Paul McCartney asked him not to do it.
When this accident happened, he was treated with painkillers, basically.
Yes.
And that was the beginning.
Michael was really in much worse shape than
people were led to believe.
That's right. Absolutely. So he became extremely dependent on these drugs to help him live life.
So, Bobby, this is our sort of final port of call, as it were. What do you think we should do tonight?
I think we should have a channeling session and just forego all of the are you here and calling out type of thing and just try to talk directly to Michael and see if we can channel him through.
Michael is very open to stuff like this, and I think he'd be the first person to jump into something like this. He used to do this at home. He used to bring back spirits. So I have no doubt that he's here participating.
Tonight is our last chance to get in touch with Michael Jackson.
Often, the scene of a trauma is a big draw for spirits. So it's very possible that the biggest trauma of Michael Jackson's life will play out there for months, years, decades to come.
Bobby is pulling out all the stops to make it run as successfully as possible. He's organized a trigger object that was recovered from the infamous night to help draw Michael's spirit in.
I brought with me a lock of Michael Jackson's hair.
Oh my God. Now you asked Dean to bring this hair because you need an item of Michael's to be able to channel him.
Again, when you get personal objects like that, it's like a beacon and draws them right in.
Wow. The lock of hair was retrieved by a crew member after Michael was rushed to hospital. 25 years later, it landed in the hands of a company that produces diamonds of special origin. Further assistance for tonight's session are ghost hunters Shannon McCabe and Paul Dale Roberts.
Like right about here, for whatever reason, this feels good.
I'm going to use my equipment, and we're going to use an audio recorder and a couple other little tools that we have in our arsenal that I think might be able to conjure him up, hopefully.
I think out of everywhere we've been, I would have thought this is maybe one of the most significant places to Michael because, you know, such a tragic thing that happened here. I'm excited. Channeling has been used for thousands of years. Bobby and Shannon enter into what they say is an altered state of consciousness. The aim is to draw Michael's spirit in. His lock of hair will help them do this. Will the most successful entertainer of all time decide to talk to us?
Michael, if you're here with us, we'd love to see a sign. Michael, it's okay. Tell Bobby. Tell Bobby what you're feeling.
Out of all the locations we've been to, I think this feels the most right.
There's of course, melee of different emotions that go through, and right now the one I'm getting is sadness. Because of this place, it's regrets. This is when, I could have said no, I should have said no. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas. He had a lot of those in his life.
And just as we thought Michael is with us, he seems to be gone.
I feel like he's not around me anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Let's do some EVPs. See if we can't capture some of that, and then we'll get back. More of the feeling because he's backed off quite a bit.
The human ear is sensitive to frequencies that range between 20 and 20,000 hertz, and it is claimed that spirits communicate in a range that cannot be heard by humans. Will this enable us to speak to the man himself?
If you'd like, you can ask some questions, and we'll see what it is that we get. Yeah? All right.
What does this place mean to him?
And now we'll see if we got anything back.
I'm recording.
What does this place mean to him?
That was you.
That was him saying pause.
Yeah.
Is he happy? Are you happy?
Recording.
Are you happy?
Do you feel like he's around at all, Bobby?
I do.
Is there anyone here?
Is there anyone?
I did, sorry. I screwed that up.
Well, what was that?
I didn't hear anything.
There
Play it again.
was, yeah.
Was that one of us?
Is there anyone here? Is there anyone here?
Do it again.
Is there anyone here?
Sounds like a little kid.
I'll be damned if I don't hear Michael in that voice. Now, it's so easy to project, but it's a higher pitched voice.
Yeah, that was...
And when you say, "Is anyone here?" Michael, that's
You think it says Michael?
that's what I'm saying.
Or something. It's weird.
Can you play it again?
Is there anyone here?
It sounds like Michael to me.
Is this Michael's voice? Have we finally managed to get up close and personal with the legendary king of pop?
Yeah, I think he was trying to talk to us, but the entity can only give so much energy, and and if that's all he has to give, then I'm happy that he was able to give us anything.
Michael probably has a message for all of us. And he's a type of entity or a spirit that wants to somehow get his message across, and he doesn't know how.
I wish I could give you what it is that I feel. He was responsive, and I was just feeling and going through all of that. And only my experience tells me that I was in touch with what I believe to be Michael.
Our journey has come to an end, for now. Did Michael really communicate with us? One thing is for sure, for fans, his spirit will live on forever.